Patreon exclusive.
Who wants a mustache ride?
Hey Patreon supporters, you're tuned in to After Hours presented by Realm of the Mist Entertainment. Listener discretion advised.
Yes,
Are you not in a hammock?
I am not knocking the hammock. I am impressed it's a hammock. And you know what?
Ask if you're not in one. Why isn't everybody in a hammock?
Because you haven't come up here and put one in my living room.
What, you can't put one in your own living room?
Wait a minute.
No,
are
because
you
then I can see you.
for me to put a hammock in your living room?
No, I'm asking for Anvil. I haven't seen him in forever.
Well, I can't put a hammock up in your living room. But what I can say is, guys, welcome to After Hours.
Oh, gee.
Yay!
Another cold
Dang it,
open.
Chris.
I love it.
I gotta turn off my...
Every coronavirus coming into America.
Well,
No, that definitely wasn't a cold open. We got lots and lots of warning.
By who? The Center of Disease Control doesn't have a pandemic set anymore, right?
Pandemic response team.
Yeah.
You mean the team that Trump fired in 2018 because he didn't think we'd need him?
And didn't bother to rehire?
Yeah.
Does
Well,
that
actually,
mean I have to stop
He didn't
making
fire them
stocks
just
and
because he
actually
didn't
talk?
think we'd need them. He fired them because he didn't think we'd need them and because Obama hired them.
Oh, yeah.
So, everybody got enough paper to wipe their ass?
I do.
If not, I got enough of Keith's old shirts.
Hey, now.
Oh boy.
I've
Just
got
because I don't wear them anymore doesn't mean I want them anywhere near your ass.
I've got older pay stubs.
I mean, whatever keeps your butthole clean, always remember, guys, and I'm going to say this right now. I got to make a public freaking announcement, a public service announcement. Wash your damn hands, okay? I'm at work right now. I went to go take a shit. I get out, wash my hands, right? There were two other people in the stall. None of them motherfuckers washed their hands. I don't even think they wiped their ass.
Wait. There were two other people in the stall. I don't think they were pooping.
I said
I don't
stall.
want to know what you do for a job, man, but props to you.
Second dick, making money.
If there were two people in that stall, I don't think they were pooping.
They were in different stalls, you nasty.
Well, I guess I gotta go. Bye.
Wrong.
Dusty out.
Either way,
Wang. Deep
Wang. I
wang.
handcuffed Dusty to her chair.
Deep
I would like to make a public service announcement as well. Even if there's not a pandemic, wash your fucking hands. Like, just because there's a pandemic doesn't mean you should start. You should have already been doing that shit. God damn.
And
it only takes 20 seconds of your time. Okay, first of all, you know what I do when I wash my hands? I recite the Team Rocket monologue.
Oh, good lord.
Ooh, I like that one.
20
I
seconds.
can dig it.
Get double. To protect the world from devastation, to unite all people within our nations, to denounce the evils of truth and love, to extend our reach to the stars above. Jesse, James, Meow, or Team Rocket blasting off at the speed of light. Surrender now or prepare to fight. Then,
Now, that's right.
yeah, that's
Wow,
all.
but facts. There you go. Boom.
I like that one quite a lot, actually.
I always sing the Flight of the Valkyries in my head. Washing my hands now, washing my hands now, washing my hands now, killing the germs. Use some more soap now, use some more soap now, washing the back now, washing my hands.
Now,
Damn, you made Anthony
that
leave.
was so bad that he forced Anthony to leave. Wow.
That's horrible.
Anthony's also at work. He probably had to pick somebody up.
Well, look, guys. First and foremost, one of the biggest things I got to do is I'd like to make a public service announcement, and that announcement is why don't we let everybody know who the hell is in the After Hours episode tonight?
I'd rather not. No.
Ladies first, Anvil.
Well, my name is Anvil. I am the all-consuming flame of gluttony, and I am here in my kitchen, hanging in a hammock in my kitchen.
That also doubles as a living room.
And a bedroom.
And a laundromat.
Well, I do have a bedroom up there.
And
I
a
have a
quarantine
loft
ward. Really, is there anything your kitchen doesn't do?
Bathroom.
Yeah, not really.
Bathroom's actually right off to the hall.
There you go.
Okay.
Bathroom is the sink.
Nice.
Okay, so who's next?
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Why are you
sir.
smacking me? You're the one that asked. Hey, it's Zephyr Zero, host of Press A Gaming, here with the episode After Hours talking about the coronavirus.
You also have your friend here, U.A. Blackwings, also a friendly face from Press A Gaming, and the sock drawer, who I believe we happen to have one half of here tonight.
Maybe.
One half.
This is Dusty, the better half of the pair of socks in the sock drawer.
One half of a whole idiot.
The better half of the whole idiot.
Wait.
I have a question.
We've got two halves of my whole idiot here on this thing right now.
Yeah.
Me and Anvil.
And then if you throw me in, we have 3 half pints of a whole pint.
We have 3 half pints, so a pint and a half.
Let's face the
Wait,
facts
you're
here,
not gonna
Josh.
let
You're
me
not
have
nearly
my
as
Coke.
stupid as me and Keith.
If they,
I was trying to make a joke, and Keith completely took it away from me.
He was making a Kingdom Hearts reference.
if they each had half a brain, they'd still only have half a brain.
Suddenly, I feel like the smart one on the group.
Yay!
So here's my question, Dusty. Here's my question.
Uh-huh.
So everybody's saying that when you run out of toilet paper, you're supposed to use the unmatched socks. Are you in unmatched socks now?
Oh, no. We've always been unmatched socks. I gotta run.
Everybody
Bye.
hold it in.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's episode shall be entitled "Spreading the Disease." We're going to be talking about the coronavirus. And to be clear,
No.
what?
We are not having an episode talking about a goddamn virus and not naming it going viral. God damn it.
Fuck that! Spreading the disease. We're gonna make sure.
Internet 101.
Dude, going viral, spreading the disease. We'll combine it together, just like this strain of flu.
I'm okay with that.
Now I want to do something that we don't do in After Hours. I'm going to give a disclaimer. Because I feel the need to do so. The virus itself is not a laughing matter. We are in no way, shape, or form going to be making fun of the coronavirus or how it's affecting people who are afflicted with it right now. In fact, we hope they all get better. That the mortality rate of this disease or this virus doesn't go up. We are not targeting people afflicted. We are not targeting the disease itself. But you dumb motherfuckers out there, just buying 50 tons of toilet paper and hand sanitizer. Oh, we got some words for you tonight.
Not just that. They went after my favorite cat food brand.
I would like to start this off, though, with an observation I made.
Okay.
In China, in the Hudong province, where the virus first became really bad, there were riots about the Chinese government and their treatment of the population. Like 2 days before the virus got real bad. I'm not saying this is spreading like a manufactured virus. Cough, cough, it is. But, I mean, if ever there was a time to spread one, that's when the Chinese government would have done it.
Well, I'm pretty sure even here in the United States, I mean, again, I don't want to get too political because, we have other podcasts for that. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, and I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, it makes you wonder what they're trying to hide. Because I'm sorry, right now the United States is in a complete lockdown. All non-necessary jobs are being shut down. Schools are shut down. Restaurants are takeout only. For 2 weeks. That's an awful specific fucking amount of time. What are they trying to hide for 2 weeks?
Well, on one hand, I have to agree with you. It's incredibly suspicious, especially with this being an election year and all of that other jazz. But for the fact that this is supposed to have an incubation period of 2 weeks, I mean, At least that's what we've been told.
Yeah, it's honestly, I feel like the time period is based on the incubation period or however long it takes you to not be contagious anymore. The question I'd be asking is, what are they going to try and get away with in the next 2 weeks? Not what are they trying to hide. What are they going to seize the opportunity for?
Well, see, here's the hole in the plan. Yes, apparently the incubation period of the coronavirus is 2 weeks. Okay, 14 days, or however you want to point it. But I mean, what are the chances? And I'll give a perfect example. What are the chances that everybody and their mother is going to stay at home until this shift blows over? I have a boss who has already been told today, because today at 5 p.m. Philadelphia shut down all non-essentials, right? And my boss literally said, "Fuck you! You have to drag me off the job site." Guess who's going to work tomorrow?
Oh, I'm also going to work tomorrow because in my non-podcaster job, guess who I work for? The military.
Government.
Well, no. What I feel bad for is all my friends that are working as waitresses, as bus drivers, as monitors, that have no income now. That's what the problem is.
So here's the thing: they're supposed to get paid for that.
They're not.
The government is passing a bill that's saying that they're requiring them to pay them for this stuff, but only if it's for a company that's under 500 people.
There's the problem.
Because, any of the companies that can afford to pay their employees to not be there shouldn't have to, apparently.
No, we're going to have a depression because people are not going to be able to pay bills, pay for anything because they have no income.
Yeah,
dude, the stock market's tanking.
The stock market's already gotten an injection to try to get it back up,
and it's gone.
And here's another big issue that I have. One of the bills that was passed to, make it so that people could, during this crisis, not have to worry about making their mortgage payment and losing their house if they don't, or paying penalties on not paying it, got stopped because the House tried to sneak a bunch of abortion regulations in there without anyone noticing.
Yep,
and thankfully,
I read that earlier.
it. But,
I love that pork.
The issue that I'm having is this whole party system is just fighting each other, and they're using this crisis as an attempt to try to sneak shit past each other, and they shouldn't be doing that bullshit. They should be fixing this shit.
I only ever say it on the podcast that we bring politics up on, but I will say it here: political parties are dumb. They should have never been a thing.
They weren't supposed to be a thing. George Washington, if anyone did their history lessons, specifically said, don't do a party system. That's not what we're trying to do here. What happened as soon as he left? Party system.
I'm gonna piss off a lot of theater nerds here. But,
well, before you do, I want to make sure here, Mr. Holiday.
Yeah.
Is this my worst holiday?
That random string of numbers that just popped up.
You don't have to hide from me. I'm not scary.
But you may not be scary, but you know what? We're going to make Anvil feel right at home because he's laying in a hammock in his kitchen, bathroom / laundry room / everything under the sun. Let him know where you're at right now, Mr. Holiday.
A better place.
Oh, thanks. By the way, we're talking about the coronavirus, so that the wrong choice of words. Don't you? All right,
coronavirus, aka COVID-19, aka boomer remover.
Like, I belong to a Facebook group for my city where we just talk about things, events are coming up, that kind of thing. Now it's been reduced to who has bread and toilet paper in our city right now. Anyone know?
All right, I don't know about that, but what I did, as soon as I found out every place was out of toilet paper, I went straight the fuck on Amazon and ordered a bidet.
Not all of us can afford to do that.
Well done.
It's $40.
You know what?
Again, not all of us can afford that because the co-host,
supply and demand in action.
Co-host, he delivers beer for a living, and the bars, all restaurants is shut down, so his job is kaput.
Well, you know what? Do you have a garden hose?
No.
That's basically what it is.
I'm an apartment.
Can you get a garden hose? I'm pretty sure those aren't cleared off the shelves.
Hoses.
Yeah,
and you don't even really need a big one because you're just going to cut it to like a small segment anyway. You attach it to your bathroom sink and just run it over to the bathtub. Boom. Bidet.
I wasn't even going to say that. I would say, you get your normal garden hose sprayer, connect it to the hose, stick it underneath the toilet seat, and just have it down, man. You drip right into the bowl and be good to go.
Yep.
You got to be careful about which sprayer you get, though, because if you get one of those high pressure sprayers, you're gonna have a bad time.
I'm not saying get a pressure washer, although that's a great way to make sure there ain't no poop stains in your underwear.
Dude, I'm fresh as a daisy. I gotta tell you.
Please tell me it shoots warm water though, because I imagine that's got to be an eye opener if it's cold.
It does not. I wasn't that rich. I got the just straight up to the cold water. Make your eyeballs wide and your mouth open. Cold. So.
This town needs an enema.
I got one.
It's one of those. It's one of those types of bidets that when he has to stand up to pee, he's got to stick his finger in his butt just to pee. Good Lord.
Anyways,
we could pull away from that just for a sec.
Did you guys see the article, the New York Times article that was going around about the dude that went around Tennessee and the surrounding area in Kentucky and bought up all of the hand sanitizer he could find and was trying to sell it on Amazon and eBay at marked up prices?
Yes.
Thankfully, Amazon shut him down
really goddamn fast.
And not just that, but he's now looking at criminal charges as well.
Yeah, because price gouging is illegal in Tennessee.
In most places.
Well, see, these are the type. That was actually one of the things I was going to bring up. These are the type of people I wanted to target tonight and make fun of horrendously because, like, in all seriousness, like, what a fucking scumbag. Like, I know people try to profit in any way, shape, or form they can, but I mean, this is major tragedy, and all I'm thinking about like children and elderly people who can't get a hold of this shit. You're trying to profiteer off of them. You're
an entrepreneur.
Way to be an example of the worst of capitalism, my friend.
Exactly.
Way to be an example.
And actually, I'll take it a step further. Not just the children and the elderly who are most susceptible, but also those of us who might be on, WIC or food stamps or something of that sort. Can we just leave the things that are on those lists alone and let the people less fortunate than us be able to get the bare minimum that they need so that they can continue living?
Well, the one thing is I do have to point the finger at stores for this because I don't understand why when this shit started and they first started seeing the trend of like toilet papers and hand sanitizers just, cart loads at a time, that they didn't enact a fucking like two per person, or only so many per visit type deal. They're doing it now, but not in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. It took 3 days after they noticed this trend happening for signs to start go flying up in stores saying limit of 2 per person.
Well, I mean, honestly, guys, it's not like the retail workers are paid enough to deal with this shit.
Well, did you see?
Let's be honest. We're paying them for minimum effort here.
There's a Walmart over in Pottstown, PA. They hired a cop to watch the fucking toilet paper.
Well, I'm not surprised. We had a fist fight in my local Rome last night.
I had somebody steal the hand sanitizer out of the Denny's that my dad works at.
There were some of us at my work contemplating raiding the supply closet.
Yo, I said it to my wife. Today. No, my coworker. To my wife too, but to my coworker, I'm like, we were eating at a diner, and they have the little small napkin dispensers. Worst comes to worst, I'm walking out with that bitch.
While everybody else was stocking up on toilet paper and hand sanitizer, I got a bottle of Tylenol and a bunch of Keats.
Well,
I'm just thinking about the guy going through McDonald's. It's like, I'll have a Big Mac and 75 napkins.
And a Diet Coke.
You guys are starving. I would be eating eggs.
Holiday's just gonna be sitting. Holiday's just gonna be sitting there in the drive-through, doing his best Ron Swanson impression, going, "I want a Big Mac meal and all of the napkins you have." I worry that what you heard was a lot of napkins. I want all of the napkins you have.
I've got a bidet.
He's got a bidet.
I got a bidet, but air drying sucks.
I got squeaky clean sheets.
I'm gonna do that now. You know what?
With the bidet and pat dry with a towel.
I'm gonna do that now. You guys sound fucked up. I'm gonna do that now and attach it to this video later. I'm gonna record me going to a fucking Burger King, ordering a Whopper, and all the napkins.
Oh, please!
You better do it early. At least around here, or even the Burger Kings are shutting down at 8 o'clock.
That's how we.
Well, you know, they've got like the single tacos now too, so that would be great.
Skits.
Well, I mean, I was going to say that we could try to get famous enough to be able to go see E3 every once in a while, but that ain't happening no more.
Oh yeah, they canceled E3. We were gonna try and do an episode of Press A Gaming on that, but like it would have been like, so hey, they canceled E3. Now what?
Well, see,
how many cons are canceled, and the vendors and artists that I'm friends with aren't getting refunds because they're calling it act of God, and they're just keeping the vendor table money.
Well, see, I feel bad. I feel bad.
Better Business Bureau.
I feel bad for all that, but think about what the fuck is tomorrow?
St. Patty's Day,
and all bars are closed.
They had the parades and parties on Saturday, my way anyway.
Right, but all the bars are
same for us, and they passed they passed a thing of no gatherings larger than like 100 people.
50.
Well, that was today.
Oh, okay.
That was today. Saturday, they still had the big parades.
During the weekend, it was no gatherings of more than 100 people, and they were way exceeding it. But by the time they were able to get the cops out to start dispersing people, it had already self-enforced.
So, Chris, I'm actually really glad that you brought that up, because I actually have a story about that I wanted to mention.
Okay, WrestleMania canceled.
Well, I'm waiting to hear that announcement.
No, it is, because it was supposed to be in Pittsburgh.
Oh, jeez.
Pittsburgh. I thought it was one of the things that was on the Pittsburgh news.
I thought it was in Miami or.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The city temple says if Vince and Manning gonna cancel, they're gonna cancel the shit themselves. So that shit is canceled.
Oh, I see.
Vince wasn't going to cancel. Rule 1 in pro wrestling is show must go on.
Oh no, it was Tampa that canceled it.
Yeah, Tampa canceled it. It wasn't Vince.
They had a guy fall from the ceiling and they kept the show going.
Hey. Owen Hart, let's give the guy his actual name.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's not drag on.
In my city.
So, anyways, a friend of mine has another friend that they work with that went to Ireland a few weeks ago for their birthday, specifically with the intention of seeing the St. Patrick's Day parade in Ireland. And then this all started to happen, and then it got canceled. So, guy is in Ireland for his birthday with the one big thing he wanted to do no longer being a thing. Dude, this is all hell.
Jesus Christ. And Holiday, since you turn your camera on, do me a favor, put that back in your mouth a second.
So, I was wrong. It was wrong.
Anthony, I didn't know you could reach all that way there.
Are we supposed to have our cameras on? I mean,
no, we're not supposed to have the cameras on. But
no,
we're not supposed to.
I'm recording the video. I'm only recording the audio.
I can click mine on if you want me to.
I mean, you can if you want, but I couldn't. He's got a huge brown stogie in his mouth, and we got our token black guy here.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm bad. I'm crazy. So I'll be like,
he's not token anything. He's my favorite chocolate.
Oh,
I'm not anybody. I'm not gonna be shucking and jiving for your white asses. Thank you very much.
Anthem knows how much I love him.
Hey,
Anthony's been on my show.
Oh, Anthony's a sweetheart. He's a big cuddly teddy bear.
Yeah. Ask him what happened to his butt.
I know you ain't talking about Ludacris with your ugly ass looking like a ferret.
That wasn't what you were saying last night, and I've got the fucking text messages to prove it. I love you, Chris. I love you.
I never said I didn't love you. I do love you. You still look like a ferret.
Hey, look. Even fucking pugs get even a pug gets petted once in a while. Okay.
I feel sorry for the listeners. Well, actually, no. The listeners are better off than we are because we're looking at something that we should never see.
What the fuck is this?
So I have good news for you.
Josh. Is that a penopotamus?
Hold on a minute, Anvil. Tell me in a minute. I want everyone on the show to get a good view of this thing that Zephyr decided to play.
It's a penopotamus.
It's Rainbow.
Rainbow Bunchy? What the fuck is Rainbow Bunchy?
It says Rainbow Bunchy?
Yeah. Rainbow Bunchy 10 hours.
If people hate themselves, they're listening. Look for Rainbow Bunchy 10 hours.
On YouTube.
For all of our listeners, for all of our listeners, go to YouTube, type in Rainbow Bunchy, and that will be the video that I have just played for everybody else.
For the record, Rainbow Bunchy
I am a dick.
When you're on drugs.
It's a rainbow dickopotamus.
Don't do drugs.
Hey, Dusty, is it possible that this is the purple hippo that Salem?
There is no purple hippo. You cannot
Did you say a purple hippo? Like a herpal hippo. It's like a hippopotamus with herpes.
To this day, we cannot find the purple hippo, and I think the purple hippo doesn't exist, but that's just me.
The rainbow herpes? What?
Purple hippo. You gotta listen to the episode.
So, anyways, Anvil, you had a question for me. Go ahead.
No, I have good news for you.
Oh, go on.
Because it was Raw that was supposed to be in Pittsburgh, and as it turns out, they're still going to do it just without the audience. It's going to be live broadcast.
That's what they did with SmackDown last week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, pro wrestler. I gotta say, my heart goes to every one of them dudes going out and going out there working, because there's nothing worse than going out to a silent crowd, except for maybe going out to no crowd at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've bombed on stage doing stand-up. That's pretty fucking bad.
I've heard your podcast. Your stand-up ain't that bad.
I'm sorry. We have stand-up comedians that have gotten famous on jokes like talking about being in a diner and playing 7 instances of What's New Pussycat, followed by 1 instance of It's Not Unusual, and people ate it up. I'm sorry.
Most genius bit ever done, John Mulaney. By the time he was done with that, I was in the fetal position, rocking back and forth. If you have not heard the Salt and Pepper
that incident is if coronavirus was a sound.
It was so funny. As soon as we're done here, if you have not listened to the Salt and Pepper Diner by John Mulaney, oh, fuck.
I'm going to step off of my joke, my own stand-up thing here, and go listen to it. It's really, really funny. I just felt like ragging on it.
Personally, my favorite is definitely still The Machine.
Yes.
The story about how a American college kid accidentally joined the Russian mafia.
Oh, it's that shirtless guy.
Oops.
The shirtless guy.
Tell them what you said. I am the machine.
Out of curiosity, we know a couple of people, but anyone else out of work except for me right now because of this?
Salem was about to be. I am not because I'm a stay-at-home mom.
So,
yeah.
Orientation tomorrow, and today, Pittsburgh closed down all non-essential businesses.
Same with Philadelphia.
They had a long list of everything that qualified. Construction was not one of them, so I still have orientation.
Well, there you go.
I'm a fence installer.
I'm in sale, so nothing's affected me yet, but it's early.
So
I'm a fence installer.
I just want to take a second and go and explain my situation. I work at a casino, so I was relatively sure that I was going to get shut down. However, my casino is run by the Seneca Nation, which by all means does not need to adhere to any state laws that affect it. However, anything on a federal level, it does.
I'm pretty sure the Seneca Nation is legally its own country.
They are. They're their own nation.
I'm pretty sure that the Seneca Nation still needs to adhere by some federal standards because we do.
It's a health thing. It's because of the health thing.
But the fact that they have held out as long as they did with all of this is actually interesting because they started off by canceling all of our March shows on Friday, closing down half of the floor yesterday, and today when the announcement came in, it took them about 4 hours to say, okay, here's what we're going to do, shut down for 2 weeks, and we'll try again later.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because even here in Bucks County, they shut down the casino, the major casino here, which is a Parks Casino, and I mean that got shut down today, if I'm not mistaken. So,
the thing was, a lot of casinos in the neighboring states got shut down way before today. I heard that Ohio got shut down this past weekend. A lot of the ones south from us in Pennsylvania, like in the Erie, got shut down. So at that point, I was just waiting to hear if we were going to get shut down or not, and here we are.
So
I heard.
Where was the place? It was a mom and pop because Illinois just closed all the restaurants and all the bars, except for like curbside service or delivery. But there's one family-owned restaurant that put "fuck you, JB Prickster," who is our governor. It says, "We'd like it taken down, but we won't be back until April."
Also, here's something that I actually find to be incredibly hysterical, and I'm not trying to make light of it, but trying to make light of it to make people laugh. A lot of the schools in the area have been shut down as well. Some of them indefinitely because they were in areas that had confirmed cases. However, any of the schools that do have a comeback date, the last day for them to be off is supposed to be April 19th, and they're coming back on April 20th. Coincidence? I think not.
Maybe
I like that.
Maybe that's the coronavirus.
Yep.
What?
What's that song? I think not. Who did that?
One of the best and worst things out of this whole thing going on with coronavirus is the memes, man.
He was using a speak and spell.
Oh my God! You're not wrong. The memes are fucking vicious.
Oh, they're awful.
They are vicious. They're great, but they're vicious as all hell.
Oh God, it's spreading. Anyway,
well, I think that's the point. Like, if we're gonna go out,
oh my God, I made my supervisor at work cringe today because I told them what's been going around of like the memes of what they've been calling coronavirus as like slang instead of calling it coronavirus or COVID-19. They're calling it boomer remover.
Oh God. Yeah, what the same dumbasses that are buying up all the toilet paper and hand sanitizer, they're the parents of the kids that were eating the Tide Pod. So I really don't care what they say. And I'm Gen X, so I don't give a shit either way.
You know what the funny part about the Tide Pod thing is?
Everything?
The pod itself is completely harmless. It's the soap inside it that killed them.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And you want to know how I know that? Because there's companies out there that made alcohol versions of them.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Scotch.
Jesus Christ. Anthem, turn that down.
They're on a police scanner.
I feel like I want to pull a string. I feel like I want to pull a string, and all I'm going to hear is that.
Who's got ATIS going? Like, why are we listening?
I feel like I pull a string to hear it, and the cow says. Moo.
All right. This is not a natural selection that works.
No,
natural selection.
Look, if we cared about natural selection, we would take the warning labels off of everything and let the problem solve itself.
I think we should bring back Camel Joe.
But
yes, Camel Joe needs to come back.
Hey, I'm not suggesting that we should infect Congress. But it might be a good way to motivate them to solve this problem.
I'm not saying anything except for the fact that Trump was clearly super exposed to the coronavirus, is claiming he didn't have it. He didn't have any symptoms, so he didn't have to get tested. Then all of a sudden his doctor said, "Oh, we tested him," and he came up negative. And then he was real sketchy about answering any questions about that testing today. So all of Congress might already be infected.
Well, I'll tell you.
Testing. They did everything. They went through my anus. They came back out. Everything's fine. It's all good. I passed it better than anybody ever passed the test.
One of the nurses gave me a hernia exam, turned my head and coughed. She said it was very bigly.
Oh my god!
But no, I feel bad for Tom Hanks, especially because of the memes that come out from him and his wife.
God, yes.
Have you seen those for him contracting it? Tom Hanks contracted the coronavirus with and he's in Australia, so he's trapped in Australia for 2 weeks with his wife, who also contracted the virus. Her name is Wilson. Tom Hanks is trapped on an island with Wilson.
That's very funny.
You know what's even better? The Australian government gave him a volleyball with the hand on it.
Nice!
So he did. That's funny.
Oh, yeah, facts. Idris Elba got it.
Yeah, I saw that today. Elba. That's all right. He could just take the Rainbow Bridge. He'll be all right.
Actually, that was the latest one that I read, too, was Idris Elba got it, too.
Yep.
Idris Elba. Well, the thing that's scary with Idris Elba is he tested positive, and so far he's been asymptomatic.
So he's a carrier, but instead of somebody who...
He's a carrier.
Yeah.
They're saying that's more and more, though. A lot of the healthy people and children are carriers who don't even know they have it. So, that's fun.
Well, that's the weird thing about it. That's the weird thing about it is apparently, like, you could have it and it could take weeks for it to present itself.
Mm-hmm.
So again, how is 2 weeks from today fucking solving anything?
It's not. CDC's already saying it's going to be going through May or June. And that's why I say welcome to the next Great Depression.
Trump just today got done saying that this crisis could last until August.
Yeah, this is why we're going to...
Well, no, what
or November 2020.
Clock's right twice a
I
day.
think that was economic conditions and stuff like that.
All I'm saying is I would believe it a whole lot more if it came from somebody with a PhD in their name.
There's no way we can avoid a Great Depression now. It's that simple. We're screwed.
Oh, so in other words, a know-it-all?
It's just going to get worse.
Wait, Dusty, are you saying that the 20s are back?
Yes. We're heading into the 30s now. We're gonna.
Well, you know what?
We already
just enter the 20s. Let's not talk about the 30s yet, please.
Anvil.
It gets even better. It gets even better. In Pennsylvania, all the liquor stores are government owned, or government run. So
State
they're all
stores.
getting shut down. Guess which state's gonna have speakeasies in the next couple of weeks?
A couple of weeks. They've opened up an hour ago.
I'm not saying that I'm
up for some bathtub, Jim.
Started brewing, but I always wanted to be a bootlegger.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me in any capacity.
That is not a surprise.
Bill's going to be a moonshiner.
Oh, I did see that you can buy a still on Wish now. So you can buy a still on Wish. So
how good is it though? It's Wish.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you.
You can buy toilet paper on Wish.
Hey,
I'll tell you what, though.
Superman ring from Wish is fantastic. Okay,
Right after everybody complaining about the whole toilet paper shortage and everything, Wish put out ads for fucking toilet paper in like an hour.
Yeah, for like $64 or something like that.
Yep.
Hey, look, I will go on record and I'm blaming Keith, U.A, Anvil, and Dusty for the whole corona outbreak.
What?
What?
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm glad you took a stand. It's about time, Chris.
I'm putting it all on you guys. As a matter of fact, I put it on all four of you, but really it's devoted at Dusty. And the other are guilty by the fact that they have not worshipped.
Thanks for leaving me out. I appreciate that, man.
You're blaming me?
Okay, Chris.
Why are we to blame?
Because you guys could dance around and worship Princess Fiona to get the fucking rain to go away, but you can't make the virus go the fuck away. Come on now. Get the chanting.
Goddess stuff out of your butt? No.
Get the chanting, goddammit.
Wait a minute.
Hang on, guys. We haven't actually tried yet. How do we know this won't work?
It's not weather, that's why.
I've never prayed for anything from you except from the weather. So
Are you fucking Snapchatting us?
No, I'm trying to send this photo. Hang on. Speaking of the memes.
Are we using cameras now? I don't know what. Oh, there we go. Hold on.
Chat's closing down because
Some of you may die.
What it said.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Some of you may die.
Nice.
Oh, man.
Oh, good lord. All right, but you know what? I'm going to get Anthem involved here, and it's actually going to be a serious question here. Because, Anthem, you're an Uber driver, right? Or Lyft? I don't know which company you work for.
No, railroad.
Okay. Anonymous taxi service.
They're not a taxi.
The rule is like for the social restraints and all that is like a 6-foot radius. What are you doing to protect yourself in a vehicle being enclosed with people that could potentially be infected?
Best I can. Sanitize wipes, hand sanitizer, washing my goddamn hands like some motherfuckers.
Tying them to the roof of the car?
It's pretty fun.
As soon as they get in, you just squirt them with, like, Lysol.
Sometimes I really want to.
Hydrogen peroxide and bleach. I'm not taking any chances.
I have this wonderful mix that I make, and it's bleach, rubbing alcohol, and vinegar, and you literally just chlorine gases the whole place.
Cyanide.
Jesus Christ.
That always works.
I don't take risks. I chlorine gas.
All right, here's a real quick.
I'm kind of subscribing to your philosophy there. It's a great idea.
I'm gonna propose to the group. I'm gonna propose a real question though. Do you think that this is really out of proportion? I mean, we're talking about, statistically, we're talking about an only 3% mortality rate. Worldwide.
Ebola. Now, granted, that was in like Myanmar, which is like they're definitely light years behind us in stuff. But I mean, that was a 50%.
Right. Right, but my question is
mortality rate you're claiming.
Well, wait a minute. So, let me finish my statement before you jump in. I'll let you talk, but let me finish real quick. 3% mortality rate worldwide. 3% mortality rate worldwide for what is essentially the flu on steroids. Are we overreacting a little bit to this virus? Now go ahead, please.
Not quite. Because the issue is that it's not so much how deadly it is that is the problem. It's the fact that the large percentage of the people who get it are going to need serious medical attention to survive. And they will survive if they get the medical attention. However, if you have, half of the population needing that medical attention right now, then they don't have the capacity in hospitals to handle that. And that's the issue that Italy is having right now, is they didn't handle it well enough early enough to flatten out that curve so that the people that were infected spread out over time instead of everyone was infected right now.
Right, but Not necessarily meaning the government. I'm meaning people.
If we don't, put a lid on this, is everyone's going to get infected right now. And then every state's going to look like Italy, where they have to decide who they let live and who they let die. Because at this point in Italy, that's what they're doing, is they're having to...
It's triage 101. When you have a mass casualty incident, you have to prioritize.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, and that's what we're trying to prevent, but as several medical officials from outside of the U.S. have pointed out, our response to the coronavirus has been awful in comparison to anyone else. And that terrifies me because, we've even been criticized that response was worse than Italy's, and Italy is in bad shape.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our hospitals are our hospitals are going to look worse than Italy in a couple of weeks.
Oh, it will.
Right, but the reason for my question wasn't necessarily government or state or city responses. My question is more directed towards the general populace. Have we whether you want to blame the mainstream media and the government or whatever, have we gone into panic mode over something not that bad?
What I've seen, I think it's a 50-50. I think half of the population is underestimating it, and another half of the population is vastly overestimating it. And maybe not exactly half and half, but I think that it ranges between the spectrum. I think there's a lot of people that are like, oh, this is nothing. Like, for instance, my mother, who wanted to fly out here, and I was like, Ma, no. She also wanted to go to Vegas, and I was like, Mom, fucking no. What the hell is wrong with you? But then you also have people like the guys that are out there buying all of the toilet paper because they think that this is going to kill all civilization, and there's not going to be stores in a month because everyone's going to be dead.
You know who I'm happy for?
Who are you happy for?
Survivalist. I just want to say right now, this sounds like some 28 Days Later shit.
No, I'm happy for the survivalists. They're finally like, at last! Yeah.
Right.
The fucking preppers.
You ever see those coupon shows where all the women and all that have just storerooms of fucking shit?
Yeah.
Yep.
Y'all laughed at them.
My mom's medicine cabinet.
You mean hoarders?
Yeah, no, not hoarders. The ones that go to the stores and they buy everything, and they wind up getting the store to pay them for it and shit, and then they go home. They have rooms devoted to everything they bought, so they've got 50 years worth of shampoo, 25 years worth of toilet paper, and all. And they do it because they're couponing. They collect all these coupons, double up and triple up, and they're getting fucking $20, $30 shit for 50 cents.
Well, yeah, that's their high, man. I mean, that's their fix.
That's their fix, but they're laughing about it now because it's you guys made fun of me for doing this shit, but who's got all the stuff now?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I've been stocking up for years. You told me back, but who's mad now?
Well, you hope that's their only fix.
That sounds like
you hope that's not their high, and then they go home and do heroin as well.
Right.
The coronavirus plus Boogaloo memes have been great.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna say it like this. My auntie saw a market in that. Shit, let me put it like this. You can get some shampoo, you get some toilet paper, all that shit. Flip it, get it for about $30. You get a basket full of shit, and you got a laundry basket. Boom. Business.
All right, Mr. Holiday, I'm going to get you majorly involved here. I got a question for you.
That's what you need to do, Chris.
God.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Let me get you majorly involved in this here conversation real quick. I got a question that can be posed to everybody. I'm going to start with you, though. Why the fuck is a virus that's, again, basically like the flu, causing, which to me is upper respiratory infection or viral
right.
in the lungs and all. Why toilet paper? What is the obsession with toilet paper?
I have no idea. I think it's stupid because if anything, I am not going to run to go get some more toilet paper. Yeah, I want to have enough toilet paper so I can shit. The biggest thing I'm worried about is getting food and shit. So I'm going to be trying to get milk, eggs, some bread, maybe a couple loaves, not the whole damn aisle like some people have been doing. Also, chicken noodle soup and ginger ale, damn it, and some Vicks Vapor Rub, and some Robitussin, and you're good.
That's dark.
You know what? Mr. Holiday is right.
It's goddamn.
Yeah, Mr. Holiday.
Like,
Mr. Holiday, your voice changed. Must have been Anthony reaching you from
Mr.
Missouri.
Holiday, I like the way you think.
I am glad that we finally get to meet
how long
him.
I had to sit there and listen to that before I could do that joke.
And actually, that brings up a really good point. The last 2 nights I've had to go out to get something for someone in my household, and on my trip to go get these items, I've had to pass through the pharmacy area of all these stores. The number of aisles that I've passed through that are out of Tylenol, Motrin, all of these basic medical needs, just bare shelves all over the place.
That's the one thing that's bothering me is if, God forbid, my kids get sick, I do not have the stuff on hand, and you can't buy it now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same thing with with toilet paper or anything else. You see like the person that really needs it standing in front of an empty shelf, going, "Fuck,"
right?
Because all these morons are out there fucking hoarding.
I will say this: there's still
like
tortillas left, so I'm getting some motherfucking tortillas if the bread runs out.
It's like my kids. All they asked for this week for groceries for their special thing was goldfish crackers. I couldn't get them any.
Oh.
You're gonna get them goldfish? Are you fucking
non-perishable?
It's off the shelf. It's gone. I can't get the goldfish crackers.
All right, guys, we're Realm of the Mist Entertainment's going to be starting a GoFundMe account to get Dusty's kids some goldfish crackers. We're probably going to get them.
I don't think it's a matter of she doesn't have the money. I think it's a matter of they don't have the availability.
No, the problem
because I went online and they asked for not.
All right, guys.
The problem is Realm of the Mist don't have the money for it.
Citizens of the Realm, we are starting a nationwide scavenger hunt. First person to find a box of goldfish and send it to Dusty wins a prize. You'll find out what the prize is once it happens.
An empty box of goldfish.
That's exactly They don't come in boxes; they come in bags.
Mr. Holiday, you're out about quite a bit.
Monster box of regular goldfish comes in a box.
Well, the kids like the extra most bestest cheesiest, so.
Yeah. Okay, Dusty's gonna make a wish list. I'll make an OnlyFans account. We're gonna put feet pic in honor of Dusty. Everybody's gonna put a good foot in.
I'm still going to start a GoFundMe because if we have to go to eBay, bro, Miss can't afford it.
That's a very good point.
That's what I'm saying.
Now I'm curious.
We're gonna go to OnlyFans and Trans Central, and we're gonna start sending in feet pics. You know what? Chris is gonna put some butter on his feet. I'm gonna put some honey syrup on my feet. We're gonna make money. That's how we're gonna do it.
Why I gotta put butter on my feet? Why can't I use Country Crock?
We just need a really good.
Shut up and let Holiday talk.
Well, I can get a bag for $6 on eBay. That's kind of pricey.
Again, Realm of the Mist can't afford it.
Them motherfuckers better swim when you put them in water or something.
Oh my God!
There's one for $11.
Guys, it's a terrible trade-off. Coronavirus has canceled all the cons.
Yes.
So now we're getting con pricing on everything.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Man.
But gas is getting cheaper because no one can go anywhere.
Actually, I'm really glad you mentioned that, Dusty. One of the gas stations that I go to is actually ran by the nation, so I already get it at a discount. Regular price right now, $1.99.
It's insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here. Oh, it's 176 in certain places.
I'm hoping we're one.
Here's the thing.
Here's one good stock market drop away from backing into the gas prices of the 90s.
So here's the thing with the gas prices. Trump is trying to claim that he did this bailout that's caused this gas price to go down, and that's wrong. What caused the gas price down is that
no, it was OPEC and Russia got into a big dick swinging contest.
Exactly. Yes. The Arabs went to Russia and said nobody's going to be buying oil, so we should stop pumping. And Russia said, "Fuck you! I'm going to keep pumping because it's going to hurt the U.S. as much as it's going to hurt anyone else."
Right.
And then
OPEC flooded the market as well.
We're going to keep pumping, and we're going to make it even cheaper than you. And of course, it fucked the U.S. because our oil companies all took a big hit, and everybody invests in our oil companies because, let's not be responsible or anything.
Well, not just that, but when
they stopped buying from there, and then they lifted that ban.
A couple of years ago when that all went down too, my buddy, he works for Caterpillar because they use their machinery and stuff like that for fracking up in Canada, and like all their equipment basically stopped because the gas prices were so low they couldn't compete on that market because of Russia, because of OPEC.
Fracking's
so like
expensive.
The fracking industry suffered as well. So my buddy's like, hey man, they're starting to lay people off and shit. I'm getting worried.
Man, the only thing we're going to be able to do is go in our houses and fuck our significant others and make babies and then have more expenses.
Yeah, but what happens when you run out of toilet paper and you start using tissue to wipe your butt? Now you got nothing to catch your butt.
You buy a bidet.
You buy it.
Buy a bidet.
You fuckers, please listen to me.
Bidets are going to go up and motherfucking bidets.
$40.
I don't have $40. Do you realize I spend $75 a week to feed a family of 4 because I am on such a tight budget? That's half my grocery bill. I can't afford that.
There's where your GoFundMe is.
Guys, we need to do a stock. We need to go ahead and put our money together, do a stock market for fucking bidets. Because we're going to make some money this year. That's what the fuck we need to do.
Chris.
Yeah.
I want to jump back to a subject we talked about earlier that Anvil mentioned about Monday Night Raw being held in front of an empty crowd tonight, wherever it is. Right. So I was just scrolling through social media. Breaking news from SportsCenter. As of 2 hours ago, WrestleMania 36 is now going to be at the Performance Center in front of nobody.
Get the fuck out of here!
No.
WrestleMania, people, the biggest show for WWE of the whole year is going to be held in front of an empty crowd with only essential personnel being there. Get ready for the performance that kills WWE.
This is Vince This is Vince looking for money.
I don't think anything's going to kill WWE. They got enough money to hang on for a little while.
Yeah, but this is Vince looking for that pay-per-view money. It's the same reason why Vince.
I think they'll be fine. The NFL will be fine.
No. What won't be fine is like my local wrestling promoter, Patches. He can't put on a show. He's got $30,000 in debt because he bought a ring and everything, and he can't. He's going out of business.
Yes.
So is my homie Walter.
Speaking of sports being just fine,
I'm not saying that. I'm not debating that in the least here. No, not at all.
KC, by the way.
Speaking of sports and being.
Go ahead, Keith.
Damn it, guys! Come on. Stop talking over me.
Oh, fuck. I wanted to say this real quick. Okay, because I can relate to the situation with Dusty because I got a homeboy who has a promotion out here called Journey Pro KC, and they're going through the same shit. They're about to lose a lot of money because they had a lot of guys coming in, and now since this coronavirus hit, they had to cancel their event. And then on top of that, a couple homeboys that are in the wrestling circuit right now, they were planning on booking a lot of good bookings in WrestleMania weekend in Tampa. All those events got canceled.
Yeah, NYCW is going to be kaput if this keeps up.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, as I was saying, speaking of
TV, put in the promo code JourneyProKC so they can get some money. So that way you can also watch free indie wrestling, 5,000 different promotions, all for 20 days free, and it's $9.99 a month.
Look, if they take it for the East Coast kid, Matt Wild
return. Did we get paid for that advertisement?
We did not. That's why I'm saying if they don't fucking beg Matt Wild to come out of retirement for one match on their promotion, fuck off. We ain't fucking promoting you. No, I'm kidding.
Who's Matt Wild?
Yeah, used to be me. Anyway, Keith, you had something you wanted to say?
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of
fucking fire.
Anthony, stop talking.
It's like a scene out of Big Trouble in Little China. Matt Wild,
shut up.
That? Me.
Anthony, shut up and let me speak.
What Matt Wild says at a time like this.
Can your old ass even wrestle?
Oh shit!
Let Keith talk.
Thank you, Chris.
I just got one more question, Chris. Did you still
wrestle? Oh my God, Anthony, why?
Come on, dude. Let Keith talk. Let's be fair.
All right. I'll be good.
Speaking of sports and everybody going to be fine, have you guys seen that Canada has made significant headway toward figuring out a vaccine for coronavirus?
Yes.
All it took was canceling hockey.
Shit.
Did you see Ireland's got a test that can test you in 15 minutes instead of 4 hours, and it's easier to make?
Yes.
Did they cancel soccer?
I'm
yes.
Sorry. Yes, they did.
I think the only sport. I think
football. Yeah.
I think the only sport that hasn't been canceled is the XFL. Again, Vince McMahon.
No,
that's done.
The season's been postponed.
Oh, that one got postponed now too?
Yeah, that one's done.
Yep.
No, that was a couple days ago. Yeah, that got caught.
Anvil, you sent that one already.
Well, you know what? This is a second incarnation of the XFL, and Vince McMahon still didn't give the Philadelphia team. Fuck the XFL.
Y'all don't need one.
Wow, man. Wow.
Y'all don't need one.
Yeah.
Like you've got like what else do you guys need?
What am I supposed to? What am I supposed to root for? The fucking Dallas team? Fuck you.
Root for the St. Louis Battle Hawks.
You know, that's so fucking Philly. It's like we got a baseball team, we got a hockey team, we got a football team, but fuck you because of lower range series.
Is it sad that with this sports season I was rooting for coronavirus?
Hey! Let me explain it this way, and most of my New York friends here can probably agree with me on this. Regardless of where you're from in New York, like I'm going to use football as an example, okay? Some of y'all may be Yankees fans, some of y'all may be Mets fans.
Ew.
Now, 9 times out of 10, when you like, you don't like the other in the same state.
I don't like.
However, if the team you like isn't in, but the other team is going into the playoffs or whatever else, you root for that team because it's your home state. Pennsylvania, we have Pittsburgh and we have Philadelphia. Pittsburgh may root for Philadelphia if they're not in and Philadelphia is, but if Philadelphia's not in and Pittsburgh's in, fuck Pittsburgh. We have no loyalty to even to our own state, so.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Chris. I'm gonna have to counter you on that one, and I'll use hockey as my reference. Actually, if we have the Sabres, we have the Rangers, and we have the Islanders. If the Sabres don't make it into the playoffs, which they haven't done in over 10 years, just saying.
Wait, the Sabres are still a hockey team?
I ain't rooting for the Islanders or the Rangers. My first choice is gonna be someone completely different. I have no loyalty to my home state.
Well, dude, I don't really do this for any other sport because it really only works for football. But anytime anybody asks who my favorite team is for football, I always respond with Ireland.
Oh no, for me it starts off as the Bills. Second choice, anyone who's playing against the Patriots.
No doubt. Like the actual team that I support for American football is the Bills. If nothing else, but it's going to be actually historic when they actually make it to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Didn't they try 4 times in a row and it just didn't happen?
I want my rooting for.
Well, sure, the Giants just kept kicking the shit out of them, but you know.
Can we talk about the Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions and none of them damn teams matter?
I mean,
we're talking about Kansas City. That was so last year.
That was so like last month, you bitch.
It's over, dude. Philly didn't even celebrate it that long. Get over yourself.
So to get back on the topic of the podcast,
best in the world.
Another thing I just read: San Francisco is initiating a 24-hour curfew for the next 3 weeks, starting tonight.
24-hour, which is basically quarantine.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's 100% quarantine.
Leave your home for a doctor's appointment or to go to the grocery store.
Okay. Now I'm gonna hit bottom with this joke.
So you're not going. They can't even go to work anymore.
24-hour quarantine.
Go ahead, hit bottom.
The world's gonna depression. Here it comes.
Go ahead and hit bottom there, Anthony.
Bottom.
They didn't even do that for AIDS.
Yeah, but that's because at
what I
the
did there?
time,
as a double entendre because I said hit bottom.
No, you know what though?
No.
You know what?
They didn't do that. They didn't do that for AIDS because the stupid politicians thought it was killing the right people.
Hey, all I know is that joke right there. There is no cure for it.
Nope. All I'm going to say is for that joke is I'm not paying last year's rent.
Unless you're magic.
Mm-hmm. I was working on a
Every
magic
theater
joke. I
kid
just couldn't
listening
come
to
up
this
with it
podcast just rolled their eyes collectively.
Dude, I heard as soon as it's funny. It's like in the future when this episode actually releases, I heard the collective groan.
People are gonna hate my worst holiday after that.
I swear to God, I heard the collective groan throughout the world.
I can say this shit. These are these crazy white folks. I just want to make that clear right now. Black guy did not say it.
I didn't say it either. It was not me.
It wasn't the South Drawer either.
The views,
Everybody else, kiss my black ass.
the views and opinions of my worst holiday are not necessarily the views and
I was at the show, and I think I remember bringing this up.
I have a lot of gay friends, and I know they would have fucking laughed at that.
I'm like, what the fuck are we saying nonsense? So he didn't do it.
Besides that, it was Anthony. Remember?
Anthony didn't say shit. Don't put Anthony in this shit.
Shut up, Holiday. Shut up. Everybody heard you.
Anthony didn't say shit. Don't be trying to put my name in your mouth.
Shut up, Holiday.
Because Anthony didn't say that. Nope. Hell to the no. Don't you try to put me
If
in
I
this
remember
white
right, he
person
said,
shit.
"Go ahead, Anthony.
Nope.
Tell your joke."
The devil is a liar.
I did.
The devil is a liar.
Ah, shit. We after hours may see its first fist fight.
I don't know these white devils. I don't know what you're talking about. I am not a part of this.
After hours may see its first fist fight.
Hey, man, everybody heard you respond. When he said, "Mr. Holiday, I'm going to give you the floor," everybody heard you respond.
True, Anthony. You jumped in when I was given the question to
Holiday. His name is Holiday.
To Holiday. So Holiday became Anthony and you became Holiday. So yeah, Anthony did make the bottom joke.
Anthony did not make the bottom joke because Anthony ain't a part of it.
Can I just start calling him Doc Holiday?
Doc Holiday, yes.
If you want, I could be like a doctor of humor. I don't know.
He's
don't have a PhD in it or anything.
He's a doctor like Dr. Scholl's.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know who Doc Holiday is?
Yeah,
Doc Holiday. What?
Am I the only one? Am I the only one that the awkward silence of the dumbest question of the night?
Yeah. Okay, all right. So anybody that's ever been born as a male, no doubt has seen Tombstone.
Just making sure. I
love that movie. Love it.
You love that movie? Bless your heart. That was one of the best movies ever made. Val Kilmer.
You would be surprised. Like I've got coworkers that are airmen, first term airmen that have come in that are young that don't have any fucking idea what Tombstone is.
Yeah, but
a lot of dumb fucking
world a favor.
If you really want to put a test to him, just ask him about Dennis Quaid as Wyatt Earp, or excuse me, as Doc Holiday in the Wyatt Earp movie.
Yeah, he was really good. He's no Val Kilmer, but he was really good. It was a different movie. It was a different movie. I'll put it that way.
Val defined the role. He definitely defined the role.
Well, the problem was they came out so close together. Like after you see Val Kilmer and then you see Dennis Quaid, you're like, okay, Val Kilmer. He wins.
Yeah.
Who's
the better actor? Dennis Quaid. Who won Tombstone? Val Kilmer.
You know what? I gotta argue the point, man, because like Val Kilmer, I know everybody. The first thing they think of when they think of Val Kilmer is they think of fucking like Iceman from fucking Top Gun and shit. But
you know what? I'm about to convince you guys that I am older than I actually am, because when someone says Val Kilmer, do you know what movie I think of?
Oh no. Batman.
Real Genius.
Real Genius.
Real Genius. Real
Genius movie.
But if I want to prove that Val Kilmer is an awesome actor, more than he gets credit for, all I gotta say is Oliver Stone's The Doors.
Yeah. Yeah, he was really good. Everybody thought the guy from what the fuck is it? Corey Feldman. vampires.
Lost Boys.
Oh, that's a good
everybody
one, too.
thought that guy was going to get that role.
Guy, Kiefer Sutherland?
No, the older brother, the one who became a vampire. The one
Mikey.
who looked like fucking the one that looked like Morrison.
Yeah,
in true After Hours, we've gotten way After Hours fashion. We have gotten way off topic,
and we are really far on time.
What the fuck are you talking about? This is the first time we ever attempted to have a topic. Normally, it's like
that's a good point. After Hours has no topic. We were kind of silly to think we could.
It's really weird because my show has a point.
Mine doesn't.
No. After Hours has had a topic before this one.
Did we?
This one.
Fuck the FCC.
Oh, the very first one. But after that, it hasn't had one.
All right. Well, let me.
The most famous After Hours.
Michael.
We also tried the Dusty Intervention, but that didn't really go well.
You didn't do that at all.
Are you kidding me? To be fair, one of the highest. To be fair, one of the highest episodes Realm of the Mist has going on Anchor right now. Actually, was one of our role-playing shows with children being the players.
Nice.
It's the one that's getting the most listens.
What?
Oh yeah,
crits.
Little crits.
Someday I would love to know how many listeners I have.
Are you talking about like real children did this or?
Yeah, my kids and Venus Chan's kids all playing Star Wars using the Amazing Fantasy game system.
Oh, okay. All right. Like if you like Tool, the band Tool, like, I can't listen to Tool's 46 and 2 without thinking about the young kids doing that. I don't know if you've seen that video.
Oh yeah,
with the high schoolers doing it.
Oh yeah, not even high schoolers. I think they were like middle schoolers.
Yeah, just mind-blowingly good. Like every time it comes on, I'm almost like, aw.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good. I get a kick out of the kid playing the wood sticks.
Yeah.
But out of all of them, the true musician was the bassist, because he didn't lose that rhythm at all.
Oh, the drummer?
No, the bassist.
Oh, the bassist? The drummer's the one who put it all together, I guess. Well, that's what I heard, but who the fuck knows?
Yeah, but
he was pretty amazing too.
Yeah, but Tool's a band that relies heavily on the bass run. You know, all their songs are heavy bass runs. That kid did not lose it. Didn't lose that tempo, that run at all.
Mm-hmm.
That
I know all the way through.
I know full-grown. I know full.
One of the best videos ever.
I know full-grown musicians that have been practicing since they were children who can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like what's the other thing I love watching? We're talking about drummers.
I know. Like when you talk about bands and stuff like that, they usually say, "Dude, did you hear the bassist?"
What do you call the guy? What do you call the guy that hangs out with the band?
Yeah, do the pizza joke.
I've been making that joke all week long, so.
I'm a big bassist fan. Like, I wouldn't say you were ham with
we've really, Chris, we've really got to wrap it up soon. Anvil has devolved to just posting and spamming memes in the chat.
Yeah, I noticed that. Well, we will wrap it up. Let's go ahead and we'll start with our guest, Mr. Holiday. So, Anthony, go ahead.
What am I doing?
Outro.
Let everybody know where they can find you. Yeah.
An outro.
Yeah, let everybody know where they can find you.
Oh my God! Hang on, I just figured it out.
Oh, he figured something out.
Anthony, I have a podcast called Delivery Bros.
Whatever works.
You can hear me on My Worst Holiday. The episode is called "What Happened to My Butt."
Yep, that is actually the name of the episode. Actually. Oh yeah, and I'm Die Holiday. I don't know where I'm at. I have Alzheimer's because I am too old to remember what I ate for breakfast this morning. Also, I need somebody to change my diaper. You can find me on Work Holiday. It's streamed on Facebook and on platforms everywhere podcasts can
Actually, you can hear me. You can friend me on My Worst Holiday at m.w.holiday. My podcast is My Worst Holiday. And everybody that comes on, and you're all welcome to come on. We can set a time. But my guests, they come on, they talk about themselves as much as they want to. And then after that, we go into story time. And story time is where you tell me and my podcast partner, Stolle, you tell us your most embarrassing or funny life stories. And then you promote the hell out of yourself again at the end of it. And we just laugh, have a lot of fun. There is no serious questions. It's just all free-flowing, raw humor. And
I was on it.
Do not sit on his lap.
Yeah. You're more than welcome to sit on my lap. It is
fun. It's all time different matter.
They'll talk about the first thing that pops up.
Yeah. Whoa! Did you hear that joke? Where did you get that? You, sir, have a career. Anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me on After Hours. It took forever for me to get on, and it was just by chance I had time to do it. And I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
And on to you guys.
Oh yeah, if you want to find out more about his history, just check out the Ming Dynasty. Also, you can also check out the Dark Ages, because he remembers when the world was really dark. Also, check out the Germanic period of Gothic times as well. You can see him swinging a sword with some of the barbarians at that time.
Is that what the kids are calling it nowadays?
On that note,
you can also find him on Google Maps. His house is the one with the blue dot on over top.
Oh my God!
We're letting people sit on his lap.
So anyway, my name is Anthony Anthem, aka Black Fabio, aka the Mr. Marauder. You already know the fucking AKs. Anyways, you can find me on Delivery Bros on any platform, and that's DELIVERYBROS, and that's spelled one word. You got me on Delivery Bros Pod, Delivery Bros Podcast, and that's Twitter and that's Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook on Delivery Bros KC, and that's all I got, bitches. Bye.
All right. We'll let the all-consuming flame of gluttony go next.
So I figured something out, guys. I just realized something. All these kids knew they were getting off school. Then all the toilet paper disappeared. I saw a meme that said toilet paper in someone's house would be a flex, but what if the reason all the toilet paper's gone is because all the kids planned on toilet papering houses?
It's actually not a bad little theory.
Yeah.
Right?
I really wanted to chastise him for being really out there, but like it kind of fits.
It does kind of make sense.
Can I throw a suggestion out there? TPing the White House.
Oh, dude, I would pay money to see somebody TP the White House.
Oh,
biggest flex. The biggest flex.
That's funny.
Oh my god! So we talked about this. I just had a conversation about this. We could get a bunch of like toilet paper launchers that like use rubber bands, and we would get a bunch of people. We'd all just sort of like casually stroll up, reach out and stake down the one end of the toilet paper, and then use our launchers to launch the toilet paper over. And then we all run in different directions before the Secret Service can get out after us.
Nice.
Souped up T-shirt cannons.
Basically, yeah.
On that note, I really need to log off, guys. So,
so we'll let
about yourself first. Tell us everything about you.
We'll let Dusty give her outro.
Okay, I'm Dusty from the Sock Drawer. I'm the better half of a pair of mismatched pair of socks. We talk about everything and anything that happens in our lives that week, and anybody is unlucky enough to go to breakfast with us ends up on the show. You can find us on Facebook under the Sock Drawer, any place where Miss puts us. Twitter, we're on the Sock Drawer SD. That's pretty much. And now we're merchandising. You can find us on teespring.com. So that's it.
There you go. Buy your merch.
And don't forget the vagina sock coming soon for Christmas.
I've got the Sock Drawer socks. I forgot hashtag Ramble Rant. Let me get on that.
Hashtag Ramble Rant.
Hashtag Ramble Rant.
U.A.
This is your friend U.A. Blackwings, the hopeful new co-host of the Sock Drawer, because she keeps asking for a new co-host. I'm just teasing. You can find me on Facebook and on, oh God, where else am I? YouTube under the handle Josh or Joshua Wilson. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch under the handle Black Wings Roman numeral 13. Same with my PlayStation and my Switch handle. You can find me here on After Hours. You can find me on Press A Gaming. And with any amount of luck, in all seriousness, you might find me on my own podcast with the Zephyr Zero over here. Sometime in the near future.
We got something we're cooking up.
Nice. And speaking of Zephyr Zero,
what are you cooking up?
Oh, you're gonna have to wait until we roll it out to find out.
Motherfucker, don't keep me hanging.
Anyway, I'm Zephyr Zero, host of Press A Gaming. You can find me on Press A Gaming with Realm of the Mist Entertainment, and you can also find me on whatever podcast they decided to rope me in at the time, like After Hours.
And of course, again to Mr. Anvil, close us out, dude.
Well, you can usually find me eating a slice of pie or cake or cookies, hanging in a hammock in my kitchen, or you can find me at most DAG events under the name of Anvil, or on Xbox Live under the handle the Anvil O. Also Minecraft. Hit me up.
Anvil, I don't think that's what he meant by close us out.
This has been After Hours. Have a fantastic night. Also,
friended me.